Hey class, welcome to our first day of social studies together in fourth grade. So we are going to start our social studies this year talking about government. We're going to spend a couple of weeks on government because it's a really important thing to talk about, especially with, we've got a presidential election coming up in about 6 weeks here. So before we talk about government, I want to talk about what a citizen is. So a citizen is someone who, by law, has a right to live in a community. So for example, I'm a citizen of the United States. I'm a citizen of Minnesota, so I have a right to live in Minnesota. I have a right to live in the United States. So there are laws about who is or is not a citizen. Generally, if you are born in a place, you are a citizen of that place. But there are other ways you can become a citizen too. It might just take a little bit of time. So if you want to be an effective citizen or a good citizen in your community, the ways you can do that is by following the laws of that country or that city or that state, and try to do good things for your community, like volunteer, help people in need, or maybe you even have an idea about how the laws could be changed to better help the people in your community. So the United States, our government is called a democracy. A democracy means our government is run by the people. So all people in the United States who are citizens have the right to vote, and they can vote for the leaders in our country who will decide things. So as a citizen, you can vote for the people who will make the changes you want to see in our community, either at the country level or the state level or the local level. So in the article you're going to read today, it's going to talk about the federal government. When it talks about the federal government, that's talking about our nation's government, the United States of America, for the whole country. So the federal government is going to have powers to solve problems that affect the whole country. It's also going to talk about the state government. So for us, that would be the state of Minnesota. And then other states have governments that are similar to Minnesota's. So when the United States was founded by our founding fathers, they wrote up the Constitution, which was a very important document because before we became a country, we were owned by England. And in England, the king pretty much had all the power to do whatever he wanted to. And when we created the United States, we said that type of system, it's great if you're the king, but it's not so great if you're anyone else who's not the king and you don't have any power. So they decided to put a limit on how much power any one person or any one body can have. So they didn't want the federal government, the United States of government, to have all the power. So they split the power between the federal government and the state government. So not having one person or one group have all the power was a way to make sure that that the government worked better for all of the people. Besides federal and state governments, there's also local governments. So whether you live in Spring Lake Park or Fridley or Blaine, your city has school boards for the schools. It has a city council. And then there's also one mayor who's kind of like the head honcho for that city. So in Spring Lake Park, the mayor is Bob Nelson. So for today, we're going to read an article about the powers of the federal government and the state government. So it's going to tell you which powers the federal government has, which ones the state government has, and then you might see some powers that both the state and federal government have. So what we're going to do for today is we are going to create a Venn diagram. Now, if you have seen a Venn diagram before, you know that it's basically just two circles, and this part in the middle here is going to be where they overlap. So both things. So if you find something in the article that only the state government has the power to do, you would write it in the state bubble. If you find something that only the federal government has the power to do, and the state governments don't have that power, you would put it in the federal bubble. But there might be one or two things in the article that both the federal and state governments have power to do. And that's what you would put in the middle here. So I want you to have fun with this and do it whichever way works best for you. So you could use an app on your iPad like Book Creator or Notability. Or you could do it in your notebook or, off your iPad in another way. And take a picture of it with your iPad when you're done. And then whichever way you do it, whether you do it on your iPad or you do it another way and take a picture, you're going to send that to Schoology into the assignment so Mr. Bresson can see your Venn diagram. So I am really excited to see what you learn from the article today about the state and federal governments and then looking at your Venn diagrams. All right, so I will let you get to work. You can find everything you need in the social studies folder for today, Monday, in our Monday folder. All right, have fun.